the department, we have two technical departments also. Kenya Prison Service that deals with inmates who are behind bars, and we have Probation and Aftercare Services that deals with offenders who are not necessarily behind bars, but they are still serving correctional sentences. And the service, Correctional Services in charity, we are guided by principles that include confidentiality, transparency, accountability, amongst others. But all these are geared towards making us a service that promotes a just and secure society through efficient and effective management of offenders and administration of justice. Over the last 10 years, we've been going through reforms as a Correctional Services department and the entire ecosystem of correctional services. Well, our rehabilitation involves, amongst others, of course, giving people skills when they are with us, skills that range from technical skills, formal education, skills that will help them to earn a living once they leave our facilities. So this includes farming, it includes skills to help them produce goods and services. So all these have been directly and indirectly when contributing to the 4 big agenda. So we produce food in our farms. Some of our stations are farm stations. So we've been large producers of rice, maize, potato, vegetables. This is contributing to the food security agenda. But also this forms the bedrock for us to contribute to manufacturing, because after we produced, we have now, in this current year, invested in value addition beyond what we were doing before, which was just coffee. Now we are doing value addition. We'll be doing value addition for rice and value addition for maize. So we will be having. We have 2 mills that we're commissioning this year, one for maize and one for rice, stationed within our facility that are large growers of those food crops. But also we use, through our education programs, we train people to be producers of goods. So we are known for furniture, we are known for apparels, as particularly through the prison department, but also between prisons department and Probation and Aftercare, we've been heavily invested on environmental conservation through growing of seedlings, production of seedlings and growing them. Be they indigenous trees, fruit trees, exotic trees. So we've been doing this for quite a while, and that's why we are part of an agenda together with the Ministry of Environment and Forestry to green Kenya, and we committed us that as a prison department we'll be growing seedlings for the country, and we have a target of 500 million seedlings. But this year we are doing 12.5 million. That's a part of our contribution. And all these seedlings, once they're grown, some of them we grow them in our own farms, our own spaces, but the bulk we give out through the Ministry of Environment to other users. We look forward to continue to play our role and part in the ensuring that security within the country. because part of our mandate under Correctional Services is also to prevent crime. And we prevent crime by identifying those who are at risk of being offenders and capture them early enough through training, through conversations, through engagements with other stakeholders. So through this work of ours, we've managed to build partnerships, which has been very instrumental in making sure that we deliver on our mandate. Building a partnership that will help us to ensure that we do our work within the human rights acceptable standards for offenders. We use the partnerships again to support staff and our offenders in terms of their welfare, so issues of better accommodation, welfare of our staff so that they are motivated, issues of minding the health of our inmates and also our staff, even within COVID. So it has been a journey of reform. We have just concluded on our first ever Correctional Services policy, and therefore now we have a policy guideline that guides our work going forward. We also have other instruments that we've developed, including our strategy, which now we are reviewing in line with the new medium-term plan 4 that we are part and parcel of its production. So we, as a part of the public service, we have a role and duty to ourselves, to the people of Kenya, and to our clients. And our role is to ensure that we do our work in a manner that helps manage offenders in a more humane way, and also help that in ensuring that we have fair and social justice.
The Kenya Prison Service is a department within the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government in the State Department for Correctional Services. We have 134 penal institutions spread across the country contributing to national security. Among these, 43 are for female offenders and managed purely by female officers in charge. All inmates committed to our custody are properly coordinated and taken care of. We rehabilitate the offenders. We facilitate administration of justice, which simply means taking them to court. And we ensure that children between 17 and 21 years are taken care of, and children accompanying their mothers are also taken care of at public expense. The Kenya Prison Service backstops national security. Indeed, it is a critical component of the criminal justice system. We are at the tail end of the justice system, which then means that we are the link that connects the inmates to the community. For these inmates to go back to the community as useful members, we will have taken them through a process. This process of rehabilitation falls under different components. For example, they will be trained in manufacture of detergents, which will then help in enhancing their hygiene, which contributes to health. They will be given skills in carpentry. They will be given skills in bakery, metalwork. They will also be given skills that will ensure that they have confidence in themselves. And this is to ensure that when they go out there, they have something that will help them settle down so that they don't come back to prison. For long-term offenders, we also have the farming enterprise. In farming, they will be taken through different aspects of farming, like horticulture, where they'll be taught grafting of seedlings, and we produce clean seedlings that will help in environmental conservation. We sell these seedlings, and we also share the same seedlings with the community, but we also use the same seedlings. So when these inmates go out, they can use the same skill to help in conservation of the environment, and we also contribute immensely to the greening Kenya. In these last 10 years, one of our major achievements is the promotion of women. I am not only the first Deputy Commissioner General, but I have also contributed immensely to the uplifting of women in the prison service. We had our commandant, the late Madam Wanini, who passed on and was parted on last week. She was the first commandant of the Prison Staff Training College, and she, through the trainees, contributed immensely to the Greening Kenya initiative. She also ensured that during the COVID-19 period, the health of the officers was really fortified, and COVID-19 did not affect any of our trainees. Equally, we as a service ensure that our inmates were properly fortified by coming up with initiatives like quarantine centers, and these were to ensure that we don't lose any of the inmates. We ensure that we give our officers quality training that will contribute to the different aspects like greening Kenya, manufacturing, housing, infrastructure when they go out there, because we have recruited the right professionals to be able to give these skills to the inmates. We have excelled in sports. And as you know, the Kenya Prison Service is indeed as a powerhouse, a sports powerhouse, not only in Kenya but globally. With pride of names like Catherine Dereva, Margaret Okayo. We also have had recent ones like Finches Paul, amongst others, not forgetting Timothy Cherio. We, in the last 10 years, have immensely contributed to national security through the mandate of containment and rehabilitation and reintegration of offenders.